No, I'm not going to talk about the obvious working stuff like being more disciplined, working out and stuff. Instead, these are all the small little things that you do every day and don't notice is making you even more sad. My name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to earning $30,000 a month and I've been struggling a lot with happiness lately. So in this video, I'll be sharing what I have changed to stay positive and hopefully it will help you too. The first is listening to sad music. Honestly, I tried searching for why sad music is bad for you to support my personal experience, but Google just kept showing me that it could potentially be good instead. So from what I understood based on a few studies and other anecdotal experiences, if you are someone who is already in a sad mood, the sad music could actually help you cope with it because you would feel that you are not alone and someone is going through the same thing as you are. But if you are someone who is happy or just neutral, the sad music would actually make you feel worse. One of the studies shows that most people, over 70%, felt nostalgic when listening to sad music, 44.9% felt sadness, 37% felt transcendence. I don't really know what does that mean or feel. Are they feeling like they are in another world? Because listening to sad music definitely made me feel like I want to go to the world above, if you get what I mean. Anyways, only 6.1% of people felt joy when listening to sad music. Do note that this study only uses music that does not have any lyrics because people might interpret the lyrics differently, skewing the result. If you want more details like how they decide what is considered as sad music, the link to the article is in the description below. Personally, whether I'm sad or happy, listening to sad songs just makes me feel more down. I believe most people usually just categorize the song whether it's sad or not based on the melody, but I'm the type of guy that really listens closely to the lyrics and try to dissect the meaning of the song. So even though the background music is quite upbeat and others are just vibing to the beat, I'll be over here analyzing the singer's existential crisis like it's my homework assignment. Because I noticed that when I'm listening to the lo-fi instrumental genre, which I consider it to be a sad music, it doesn't make me sad and makes me feel calm instead. So for me, I think the lyrics of the song is more important than the melody itself. I do also sometimes feel nostalgic when listening to some specific sad music, probably because I guess I did listen to it when I wasn't in a good mood, so my brain associated that negative experience with the sad music. Which means that every time I listen to some specific sad music, it just reminds me of the terrible event making me sad. But even if my brain associated a happy event with the sad music, I still wouldn't feel joy because I don't really like the nostalgic feeling. It just feels bittersweet, if that makes sense. Like for example, whenever I remember a fun vacation that I went to last time, sure, it does feel great at the start, but then there is this sad feeling that comes after because it's over and you can't go back to those moments even if you want to. So I did try to actively remove what I considered as sad music from my playlist. Let's be real though, sad music sounds absolutely amazing, especially when the singer has insane vocals, but the experiment must continue. And true enough, after a while, I noticed that I was a lot more happier than usual, and I know for a fact that listening to uplifting, high energy type of songs makes me feel a lot more positive. So all of this is just purely from my own experience. I didn't go through multiple studies to find evidence on whether sad music is good for happiness or not because everybody is different. After all, there was 6.1% that did feel joy while listening to the sad music, weirdly enough. So since this is quite a risk-free experiment, try cutting out sad music completely from your life and see if you feel happier or not. Alright, the second habit to stop doing is self-deprecating jokes. Or to make it clearer, the jokes that you make which puts you down instead of lifting you up. I'll be honest, I am guilty of this too for a long time in the past. Even now, I still occasionally do it. For some reason, there has been a huge increase in these jokes recently. Like if you have seen any relationship related videos, especially in Instagram, there would be literal suicidal jokes inside. People will be saying, oh, the tree is so attractive that I want to hug it with my car at 300 kilometers per hour. I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh quite a bit when I saw it for the first time and maybe a few more other times, but when you see the same comments again and again, you would really start to wonder if those people actually feels confident with themselves or not. I have seen some people saying that it's okay to do it if you truly accepted that part of yourself. For example, if you said something bad related to your appearance, like my forehead size is a sniper's dream. I mean, honestly, it is funny, but by doing it to the wrong person and it is actually your insecurity, they might make a joke related to it and hurt you even though they didn't mean it. So I personally have been the type of person that constantly makes self-deprecating jokes about myself because it makes people laugh, and people will actually feel like you are a lot more sociable and confident because you accepted yourself. However, if you keep saying that you cry to sleep every night and you're a sad human being as a joke frequently, you will eventually become exactly that. Because what you say on a daily basis will eventually become the truth. Your subconscious mind can't separate between the truth and the jokes. The more you say it, the more your brain will believe it. That's why visualization is incredibly powerful, because you can literally experience whatever you want all in your head as if it's reality. So there won't be any issues if you use it at the right time, place and people occasionally, but honestly, the risk to reward ratio just isn't worth it. It's better to just cut it off completely to make your life simpler, and instead of using self-deprecating jokes as a band-aid to the lack of communication skills, switch to self-glorifying jokes that uplifts you instead. Say good things about yourself, like saying, "Wow, I'm so smart," when you managed to get the answer B even though it wasn't a multiple choice question. People might find you annoying and feel that you have a lack of confidence because you constantly have to give yourself a pep talk. But if you can't find a balance when to use these type of jokes, I believe it's better to glorify yourself than putting yourself down. Have you ever had a time at night where you're about to sleep, you lie down, all of a sudden, a series of thoughts come flying into your mind and you start crying, having anxiety, or feel overwhelmed? This happens because you are not giving your brain enough time to process the information and emotions you experience during the day. That's why you can't sleep at night, because it's the only time where your brain has some quiet and peaceful time to process everything. Well, in this era where we can get dopamine hits by literally just moving our fingers, it is more important to give our brain some time to relax. One mistake that a lot of people do is thinking that relaxing means entertainment, scrolling through endless amounts of TikTok. A moment of silence for the US viewers. Relaxing means actually stop giving yourself more stimulation. It could be walking, eating, or something that I personally do frequently is having an awkwardly placed second chair in my room and literally just sit there. You can see, where is it? There you go. You can see that chair right there, this red awkwardly placed chair. You might be thinking, but I'll get bored. Congratulations, Sherlock, you solved it. The whole point is for you to get bored. Totally unrelated, but I remember reading an article 10 years ago when I was young where the headline was "Boredom could kill you." And being the young kid that I am, I got absolutely shook to the core. I literally did everything in my power to get the iPhone from my parents just so that I can keep myself entertained. Well, I don't know how true is that statement, but it's safe to say that we won't get unintentionally bored in this day and age. Anyways, try to make it a challenge where whenever you have the urge to doom scroll, just sit on the chair until you feel like doing something actually meaningful. You're essentially rewiring your brain to stop looking for cheap dopamine hits and only getting it through fulfilling tasks instead. The max that I have done just sitting and doing absolutely nothing is probably around 40 minutes. I know a lot of people who can't even sit there for 5 minutes. So I challenge you to beat my high score, and if you can do it, I'll give you one imaginary cookie in the comments. No, you know what? I'll double it and give you 2 cookies instead. You'll also notice that we tend to have a lot of ideas when we are showering, walking, staring at a blank wall. Basically, all the monotonous tasks actually help with creativity because you finally gave your brain some time to actually think. So as an added bonus for getting bored, you'll not only feel more happiness, but you'll also be more creative. One more thing that you can do to make yourself happier is by doing me a favor. Click and watch this video where I talk about how I built a game that made my life extremely fun. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.